If you've been to a car meet, you've probably had this happen to at least once. There you are, excited to show off what you've got under the hood, and then some curious onlooker comes over to look, and the first words out of their mouth, "Yo, nice turbo, bro," they say as they point to your alternator. Yep, that happens a lot. You always got those people who think that they know more about your car than you, the owner. I've had people call my supercharger's intercooler an engine cover, and honestly, it only gets worse from there. You always have those 50-year-old gray-haired husbands walking around with their wives looking at my Z06, pointing at various things in the engine bay and muttering things that they are thinking they're getting right, but they're getting entirely wrong. Usually I just walk up to them and I greet them nicely and I start a conversation, and usually half of them are sensible and they'll retract some of their previous statements in favor of the correct knowledge, and we get a good laugh out of it. But you always got those guys who really have a big ego and they want to impress everyone around, and they act like they know the car better than, well, the owner of the actual said car. I've had people say goofy justifications like, "Look here, pal, I'm actually looking to buy one of these Corvette Z06s soon enough, so I know what I'm talking about." It always ends up spiraling into them not believing it's mine until I start the darn thing up, and even then they'll always grouchily say, "It's your dad's money," or "Nice rental," to which I have to show them my channel and my custom Indiana license plate, because I highly doubt any Georgian rental company rents out a car registered in Indiana. Unfortunately, most of them are too old to grasp the concept of money on YouTube, so I still have a hard time trying to explain that to them, which is why I will probably just smack a big titty anime girl on the back of my window, since no self-respecting rental company would ever do such a thing, and especially not a gray-haired boomer father. Like, imagine a kid asking their dad if they can put their waifu on his Corvette. Fat chance. So if there's a waifu on the back of a Corvette, it's safe to assume that ain't no rental, that ain't daddy's money, that's the owner's doing. And gosh diddly darn, they may be a degenerate, but they're still more successful than you are, so maybe you should start questioning your life decisions when a weeaboo is figuratively and literally ahead of you. Touching someone's car. Get your grubby hands off my car. In spite of that, I've had entitled parents yell at me, "Don't you dare yell at my kids." Well, how about you be a good parent and make sure your kids aren't misbehaving in the first place. In the same vein, I shouldn't be trampling all over your property, whether that's snatching your phone or on your lawn. You shouldn't be putting your grubby hands on my property either. I swear it's so frustrating when entitled parents enable their kids and try to act like we're the rude ones. No, you're the rude ones. And then they try to look towards the audience for reassurance whenever I yell back at them. And the rest of the people at the car meet will instead shoot a very disdainful look at the mother, because trust me, they're not stupid. We're all here for each other. We all been there. We all know what it's like to have that parent let their kid put their hands all over our cars. So trust me, no one's gonna be on your side. They're gonna be on my side. So keep your kids well behaved. As for the people who are all full-grown adults who go around caressing cars and even trying to open them, can you not? This isn't a dealership where the cars are being displayed in hopes of attracting potential customers. It's personal property. So again, don't act like we need to obey your wishes as a customer, because we aren't a dealership trying to sell you a car. We're just a whole bunch of gearheads hanging out. Trying to solicit without a proper greeting. "Yo, dog, come follow me on Instagram. Here, right here, bro. Come on, take a look. Here's my business card, bro. I'm gonna let you in on some amazing posts." Like, what in tarnation? Slow down there, fella. Tell me your name, tell me what your Instagram is about, and lastly, why does your card look like it's been designed by a 3-year-old? You could argue that they are trying to get through as many people as possible, hence why they are so rushed. But that type of behavior, that flies against the point of a car meet. I don't know about y'all, but how often does this tactic actually work? Like, how often do you guys actually follow someone because of this? I sure as hell haven't, and I sure as hell won't. If you don't even greet me properly, much less tell me about what your account does, why should I follow or subscribe? Some people may follow just to get the guy out of their face, but the following morning, you know that they're just gonna unfollow. Look, to anyone who does this, let me tell you that number does not mean if you can't actually keep people, and the best way to keep people following you is to respect them. Give them a good first impression. We're here at a car meet to socialize and talk about our rides. Tell me about your car and about yourself. I don't care if your business card already has your name, that isn't the same as properly introducing yourself. Since moving to Atlanta, I've met so many clout chasers who do this, and I wince every single time it happens. You come off as arrogant and delusional, like as if we aren't even worth your time, because we're just some number to you, not a human being. So that's why you just shove cards into our faces and then move on. If we aren't worth your time, why should you be worth mine? When I talk about my YouTube channel to people, I always introduce myself. I tell them what my channel is actually about. And on top of that, I always make time to just listen to them as well. I go to car meets to be with others and in turn interact with others in a way that isn't one-sided in my favor. I'm not against the idea of promoting yourself at car meets or even trying to sell some products. After all, that's what vendor booths at car meets are reserved for. But like anyone who runs a successful business, you got to treat your potential customers with respect. So come talk to us like you're one of us, because you are one of us. We all love cars here. That's what brought us here, so act like it. Don't talk to us like you're above us. Everyone here with over 1,000 followers all of a sudden thinks they're insta famous and hot stuff, but it's just a number, man. It's mad tragic. I could go on about this topic forever, but let's move on before I do. Shutting meets down. Young hoonigans who do stupid crap until the cops show up. Hear me out. Keep that stuff on the streets, on the track, or at the drag strips, not a parking lot. You know the only reason they're hooning at meets is because they know that they have more eyes on them in a parking lot than they would if they're out there on the street, and they're just doing it for mad attention instead of street cred. The funniest part is when you go on Instagram and you see all these meet attendees calling them out for being clout chasers, and they respond with, "It's not clout chasing, it's just doing what the fans want." Bro, that's literally the definition of clout chasing. You're trying to act like you're famous, and you're doing all that wild stuff just for attention. That's clout chasing, bro. Own up to your mistakes. There's a time and place to hoon. I'm not gonna be some old geezer who's gonna tell you that hooning is off limits. I get it. You built a car to be wild and you want to get wild. We all have the same desire deep down, but for the same reason that you shouldn't start jacking it in public, you shouldn't start drifting in a crowded parking lot. If you hit someone else's car, don't be like, "Man, it's their fault for parking their car there." No, get that entitled attitude out of here. You have to realize you're in the wrong. He parked his car there because he came to a car meet that night, not to a drift event. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this video. If I sound a bit nasally or different, that's because I'm sick right now. To be fair, I'm always sick and my voice box will probably never be the same as it was. Anyways, next video will likely be a new addition to my guide to modding series. It will be about all the basics that you need to know before buying a nice set of aftermarket wheels, because I myself am learning a lot about wheels since I'm looking to finally get a new set of wheels for my Corvette. Other than that, thanks for watching, and until next time, Bladed Angel out.